Today, I want to talk about how I am currently using ChatGPT for podcasting. Now, I've been using this tool almost on a daily basis, and where I found it to have the most profound impact on my business personally is when it comes to podcasting. So, I want to share exactly how I'm using it kind of step by step. So where I start is when I'm creating a podcast, I typically kind of have like a brain dump and I have a bunch of notes around the topic that I want to present on, or someone asks a question and I start to just kind of make some general notes. So I usually have a Google Doc where I just kind of start typing these notes out. And usually I would just kind of hit record and start riffing on that. But with ChatGPT, I have actually started to utilize it to create an actual podcast outline for me. And it's been invaluable, actually. So, what I do is I take those notes, I throw them into ChatGPT, I ask it to create me a formatted podcast outline, and it does. And it usually will give me a time for the different sections, usually 3 to 5 sections it provides. It provides a bulleted list of what to talk about in that section. It gives the approximate time to spend on that section and gives me a beautiful outline to follow, which has created a lot of structure inside of my podcasting. Now, once I have finished recording, now I'm using the transcript of it. So I use a tool called Descript where I will upload my podcast and I will get the transcription, and then I will upload the transcription into ChatGPT. I'll have it generate a bunch of different title variations. I usually start with about 15 titles. I might tweak the prompt a little bit to try and get it exactly how I want. So I'll have it generate the title. I will have it summarize the podcast into a formatted set of show notes that I can then put on my podcast. I will have it generate a bunch of tweets. So just like little short, under 280 character tweets I can put on Twitter. And this is very easy because then I just go and schedule those out, and then I'm present on that platform. I have it generate a few Instagram posts that I might use as like a text graphic. So I'll take it, put it on a text as like a quote, or I'll use it as a caption. And I have it create some TikTok scripts for me. So you can also use it for blog posts. I've done this a few times, but not consistently, to take the transcript from the podcast and generate into a 1,000 or a 1,500 word article. You can have it create posts for LinkedIn or Facebook. Anything text-based becomes perfect. And then the source of the content it's creating from is your podcast transcription. Now, most of my podcasts are under 15 minutes, so I don't run into any issues with the length. If you have like a 60-minute presentation, you'll have to kind of chunk that down into 10 to 15-minute portions in ChatGPT, or else you're going to run into issues with the length. Now, with anything, there's always limitations. So with ChatGPT, we know that it's not going to be perfect yet. I think one day it's going to just be brilliant, but it will probably get me 75 or 80% of the way there when it comes to the content that I want to create. I might have to take a couple minutes and adjust the prompt a little bit, take out this word, adjust it with this tone. And I might have to make a couple little edits here and there myself based on what it produces for like the show notes, for example. But really, it creates so much efficiency inside of what I'm creating that it has really allowed me to create an immense amount of more content because I can create it so much quicker. Now, this is, for me, I could be outsourcing that, but I know with what I'm using it to produce, it's things that it's either A, going to save me money from having to pay someone to do it, or B, it's things that I just wouldn't be doing. So if I had to write those tweets, I just wouldn't. So it's creating the ability for me to be present on an entire another platform just because of how simple I can create that content. So if you have a podcast, I highly recommend you check out ChatGPT. If you do not have a podcast and you're worried about how you're going to promote it, absolutely check out this tool and see if it can help you elevate your content game and amplify your message. Until next time, happy marketing.